ChatGPT Voice just got an update that makes it feel less like a chatbot and more like an actual assistant sitting next to you. It connects to your tools, works straight from your phone, and can genuinely change your workflow, but only once you know how to use it. Here's a breakdown across 5 levels, from basic multitasking to a hands-free agent controlling your screen. First, what's changed under the hood? The app looks the same, but the engine is new, 2 updated models, and this voice mode already has 150 million weekly users. The biggest shift is instead of talk, wait, reply, you can now speak in real time and interrupt it mid-sentence, and it still keeps up. It feels smart because it keeps talking while thinking in the background, so you're never waiting 15 seconds for a response. Works the same across laptop, desktop, and phone. Level 1 is multitasking. Open the toggle, let voice mode launch, and hand it several jobs in one breath instead of one command at a time. I asked it to clean my messy desktop, open a new tab in Codex, and run deep research using Firecrawl on the best strategies to grow an X account in 2026 with competitor examples and build a simple interactive landing page for a client all at once. It confirmed it would start on everything, then asked a clarifying question whether I meant desktop or downloads, since I'd actually meant downloads. I corrected it, and it adjusted instantly. The assistant icon isn't fixed either. You can drag it anywhere, and it follows across any app or website, so the conversation never breaks just because you switched tabs. I used Firecrawl for research specifically because scraping this way saves a lot on tokens compared to raw browsing, meaning faster, cheaper results. Sitting on the Firecrawl website itself, I asked it to explain what the page let me do, and it read the page, took a screenshot, and explained the tools available right there, acting as a live guide on whatever page you're on. Level 2 lets you use ChatGPT Voice even away from your desktop entirely. Connect your account on desktop and phone, and that's it. Heading to a coffee shop, you can still ask about anything on your desktop back home, like what the last file you saved was, and it checks and retrieves it. It doesn't just answer either, it can actually do more work remotely, which is where this stops feeling like a chatbot and starts feeling like a real assistant at your machine. Level 3 is giving it a vague idea and getting something meaningful back. Bring the assistant up over any window and have a real conversation about what's on screen. I was looking at 11 Labs pricing and asked which of the 4 tiers made sense given what I was building, and it checked the visible plans, matched them against context it already had, and narrowed a recommendation. You can let this run in the background while doing something else entirely, browsing YouTube, muting it, whatever, and it picks back up. Works well for debugging too. Right-click, open inspect, see console errors, and ask it to explain what's going wrong in plain language. When you load up Voice, you also pick which model you're talking to, GPT 5.6 Sol, or the higher reasoning variant, and that's exactly what loads in, a level of transparency most voice assistants don't give you. Level 4 gets interesting if you're already running your own agent setup, like a Hermes agent on your machine. Since both can run on the same computer, you can trigger your agent purely through voice inside ChatGPT. I asked directly which model was powering my Hermes agent, and instead of guessing, it checked the actual configuration and confirmed GPT 5.6 Sol. I then asked it to set a reminder through the agent for the next morning about grabbing iced coffees before a flight, and it locked that in without friction. This cross-communication turns voice mode into a front end for tools you've already built. Level 5 is the most advanced, a fully hands-free floating agent that sees your screen, clicks through steps on its own, and makes decisions using everything it already knows about you. I tested this on a tool I built for my own community around goals and strategy. I asked it to select an option, move to the next page, and run a profile analysis, and it did each step, confirming along the way that the button was enabled or the page was ready. What matters isn't just that it can click buttons, it's that it reads the screen, understands context, and takes the next logical action. Then I asked it to fill in a form based on everything it knew about my situation and goals, and it matched choices to my profile without me typing a single word. A few honest drawbacks. Browser control isn't the fastest right now, so pure speed can feel a little slow, though a faster model is reportedly coming. There's no live camera support, so you can't point your phone at something physical and ask about it in real time. Screen reading is currently Mac desktop only, and while there's no true live screen sharing inside a voice session, the desktop app can take screenshots to read what's on screen, and its memory isn't nearly as deep as regular ChatGPT, so pointing it towards specific files directly gets you sharper answers than expecting it to remember everything on its own.